Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. I just posted a brand new episode of What If Naruto Had Frieza Potential and Personality, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy. Now I'm back with part 2 of What If Naruto Was Hancock, guys. Remember to get this one too. 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform. And also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels. If you're new, yes I indeed have 3 more channels, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button. So without further ado or wasting any more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode. Begin the intro, guys. So the last part that we left off, both Minato and Kushina were on their honeymoon, having recently got married. However, it was that night that everything would change. Something fell from the sky. As they pulled him out of the water, it was a young boy. No, that was shocking and surprising. A young child. They couldn't understand what was going on. They were confused, greatly so. At the same time though, a young girl crash landed a distance away. She had blonde hair similar to his, but hers were much brighter, and her eyes were a bright shade of blue, while his eyes were deep, almost black. Something was going on here. He was brought back to Konoha while she was taken to Kumo. They tested him, and the doctors were shocked, beyond, unable to imagine how this was possible. How was he even? He wasn't human, and that was for sure, confirming Kushina theories that he was sent here from some distant planet or something. He was something special, something immaculate. And she wanted to know what was going on, as they found themselves waiting because he was still unconscious, while the other girl almost teared through half of Kumo when she first woke up, but they were able to subdue her. They were able to calm her down. The Raikage was overjoyed, witnessing her power with his own eyes. This will be it. This will be what skyrocketed his village to number 1. He had absolutely no idea that another had been landed within Konoha. None in the slightest. When the boy finally woke up, Kushina had already named him. When she realized he had no memories, it was from the book that Jiraiya had created, the only one that was not perverted. She was happy as she called him Naruto. He was confused, having no recollection of his past or who he was. However, she told him that he had a new home here. Yes, he had a new home. As time passed by, Naruto, destined to find his identity, who he was, find himself adapting to this kind of living, where these people who care about him, who treat him like he was part of the family. He was happy. For the first time, since he woke up, he was happy. Not thinking about his identity or who he is, he was just happy and overjoyed. Kushina found out that she was pregnant, and she told him that he was going to be a big brother. It made Naruto even more happy to learn that they saw him as a part of the family. Tears in his eyes, he was overwhelmed by it all. But when the day came, It was a night where he expected to see the new sibling, but what he was greeted by was a massive nine-tailed fox. As the beast ravaged throughout the village, chaos Naruto interrupted, knocking it out of the village. That is where the battle truly took place between Naruto and the nine-tailed fox. We get to see just how strong Naruto was at his young age, throwing the fox and beating the living crap out of it. They clashed against one another, claw against fist, tail beast bomb against fist. Realizing that he needed to stop it, Naruto flew straight upwards. Naruto left Earth atmosphere and crashed into the moon. He then pushed off with such force he cracked the moon into pieces. Well, pieces of the moon flying away into orbit. Naruto then struck the fox with everything that he had, driving it into the ground. The explosion destroyed the physical form of the fox, but the chakra will recover in some time, but not for now, as Naruto obliterate the monstrosity, saving everyone and also shocking everyone by his strength. Kushina would die due to the nine-tail being extracted, but quick thinking Minato collected all of the residue of the nine-tail's power, so much of it from their battle, and he proceeded to seal it within his wife. In 2 months, she finally woke up. Her Uzumaki resilience. She survived. They were overwhelmed, overjoyed. She was alive, and they were all happy. She was able to meet her daughter, but Naruto was not here right now, having accomplished and done a lot over the past 2 months. But she was alive. The moment he returned, he hugged her without hesitation, tears in his eyes. While that was going on, we get to see the girl that was now named Samui. That is what they named her. She took care of bandits like they were puppets, toys. She was immensely powerful. As Naruto was happy, but happiness would not be with him for too long. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. So yeah, let's begin this new episode. Our story begins with a girl screaming. She was dragged out of the bar by 2 thugs. None of them possessing the power inside. None of them possessing that power to stop them. Well, except for one. But he was drunk. Gravely so. Reeking of alcohol. His head slumped down on the bar. The bartender was a really close man to her father. Her father was the leader of this small village. He was the mayor. And they took her as a sign of force. Those men answered to one man, a man known as Reiga Kurosuke. Reiga was the man that held the Kiba blades, 2 powerful weapons. Missing Nin from Kiri, former member of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen, a very dangerous individual. As the owner of the bar turned his gaze towards the drunken man, shaking him for him to wake up. But the man slouched, moving his head from left to right, finally pulling himself up. And it was him, Naruto. Over 13 years ago, named by Kushina Uzumaki as Naruto Uzumaki. She gave him her last name. It was 13 years ago since. But something was wrong. His eyes were hazy. His hair was wild. Not unkempt though. He reeked of alcohol, his breath foul of alcohol. The bottle still in his hand. What the hell, he said. Can't you see I'm sleeping? The man looked towards him. You're the one that we heard the stories about. When I saw you, I know that you can make a change. Why do you think you haven't paid for a single liquor here? We need your help. That girl needs your help. Her father is the mayor of this town, and those men are going to take her as a sign of force. We need you to save her. He burped, right in the man's face. Why, he said. Because you're the one they talk about. You're the one they call Hancock. Nuta grumbled. I really hate that name. The name originated from him always being hangover and very, very cocky. Some try to use it as an insult. Some use it as a name for help. However, they soon realized that he wasn't a hero, not in the slightest. Countless hate him, not that he tried to take over or dominate them though, mostly because of his recklessness. He burped once again. See no reason to go and waste his time saving people. He could be really a asshole most times, but he really hate to be called that. He placed his head back down. Not interesting, he said. The man begged, but soon he said something that enticed him. If you save us, I'll give you as much liquor as you can drink for free. His eye quirked open as he heard that. Why didn't you say that, he said, slouching as he fell to the ground, breaking the ground as he did. Guess I'm a bit more hammered than I thought. As the people in the bar looked rather unimpressed, he made his way outside, cricking his neck before he shot off, wrecking the front of the bar. As he flew through the sky, he sneezed and burped at the same time, crashing out of the air and crashing through a building. As people screamed in fright, he apologized for his recklessness as they saw who it was, shouting and cursing at him, despite him possessing the power to erase them. But that wasn't his thing. He decided to walk, clearing his mind. It's been 13 years. So much could change in that time. So much. Finally arriving towards the main area, the mayor was currently on his knees, begging, pleading to not hurt his daughter. Reiga was there as his man pinned the girl to the ground. A moment later, the door was ripped off the hinges and launched away. They all turned. Reiga blinked, immediately recognizing the face. He's seen it a lot on posters, on walls. You're Hancock, he said. What the hell are you doing here? I was offered unlimited drinks if I were to save these people. So, pack your shit and get going. Tch, you think I'm gonna listen to you? A half-baked drunk. I can smell the stench of alcohol from here. Nuta burp. Well, I am really hammered. But if you know who I am, you know how pointless this is. You've never gone up against me before. Whoa. Like I haven't heard that before. Let me guess. You'll be the one to kill me, said Naruto. Got that right. And if you don't want this girl to die, I suggest you don't move. Oh. Because you're a man right there. They're faster than me. Naruto reached into his pocket. Hey, I said Naruto flicked a coin with such force. It burst through one of the thugs' skull that was holding the girl down. The other one stepped back. Naruto stepped into the ground, creating a trench that blew him to the wall. Reiga immediately drew for his blades. Surging with lightning, a twin dragon raged towards Naruto and slammed into him. Unfortunately though for them, when the smoke and dust cleared, Naruto was smoldering. What the hell? He shouted. I'm not much for clothes shopping, he said. As he started to... He sneezed. It was a good thing the mirror and the girl was on the ground. Reiga was blown through the wall, crashing outside hard. Naruto walked past them. Don't worry. I'll get rid of him, he said as he made his way. Riga got to his feet and started zip-zap around Naruto, using the lightning to confuse him. However, Naruto stepped back and grabbed his arm with ease. And don't come back, he said as he turned and threw him. Naruto launched him across the village and beyond, looking out as he had to squint as the sun shined into his eyes, still rather unfocused because of all the liquor. The remaining thugs saw what happened, trembling. Now, I'm gonna give you guys one chance to run away, or else your head is going up his ass, and then yours up his, and then yours up his, and you're the worst of all. Yours is gonna go up mine, said Naruto. They ran for their life, terrified. The mayor got up, checking on his daughter before shaking Naruto's hand. Naruto slapped his hand away and simply walked away, returning back, accidentally tearing the door off. What happened? The barman questioned. Naruto burped. I saved them. Now, the finest one up there, he said, as he sat on the stool. I guess I did make that promise. Are you sure they're okay? And what about Reagan and his man? Oh, I don't think you're gonna have to worry about them for any time soon. Did you kill them? Poor Naruto said. He left Naruto within the hand of the other barman as he went to investigate what was going on. As Naruto drank, eventually passing out, sleeping on the ground. The man just locked up as it was late in the night. He really did no harm. He did shout at him not to wreck his bar though, because getting him to leave with physical strength was, well, impossible for most people, well, for everyone. So that was not a possibility. The young man that was once a part of a wonderful family, now a drunken mess. How time could really change everything. Every single thing. But he wasn't the only one though. Nestled away from the population. Nestled away from the people. A small little shack. It was within a rather overgrown forest area. Animals moving around, but they seemed to adapt to her presence rather well. Her name was Samui. That was the name that was given to her. Just like Naruto, she had no identity of her past. She did know something though. She was cursed. Forever cursed to be alone. Same age as Naruto. Well, given that they came here and they seem to be around 6 or 7. So right now they seem to be at least 22. Well, if you can count it that way. Their origins are still unknown. As she sat, peacefully watching the scenery, she was no longer a part of Kumo, and they were no longer chasing her. She made it clear she would kill them all if she had to. Thus they backed off, realizing that they could not stop her, no matter what. She vowed to never use her powers ever again, living like a normal person, other than building this shack. She lived her life like a normal person. Stamina wasn't a problem, so walking to a village that was far, far away wasn't a problem for her. Some of the more ferocious animals, the meat that was hard to come by, it was easy for her to retrieve. While she did take on some of these wild animals without getting a scratch, she did not count that as using her powers. She did not fly, she did not use her super strength against people or anything like that. But she did use it to make a living for herself. Back in Kumo, they tried to pretty it up. They tried to make it seem like she was a part of some kind of family. But the more time passed, the more she saw how restricted that life was. And she fell in love. She fell in love when she was 16 years old. Majority of the so-called missions that she did was in the border of Kumo. They did not let her go out to explore. Perhaps she felt indebted to them, that is why she never truly flew away and explored herself. But she met the son of a merchant that passed through every now and again. His name was Isaac. And they fell in love. She was so happy. However, the more time passed, the more they tried to make it seem like that wasn't the path that she should go down. But they did not physically say that to her. She had enough. The countless missions, the preparing, the killing, this and that. She just wanted to have a normal life, to be with Isaac. But she found herself turning on their bad side, disobeying orders, not doing their missions. The Raikage grew upset, showing that by his moves, not by his words, that he was upset by her actions. But she didn't care, she was in love. It was her fault. She flew out to meet Isaac on a constant basis. He was staying in a village close by, within the land of lightning. However, a friend, family, of someone that she crushed a long time ago under the Raikage orders reappeared. She was left a letter, told about the man that she had killed. The problem was it was signed in Isaac's blood. That necklace that he wore, passed down to him by his father, was left behind. She scoured the place, using her super speed go all over. She finally found a trace of them. She butchered them one by one. They were astonished, terrified of her power, unable to stop her. But when she arrived, bursting through the door, she startled the man. Yes, and the weapon, the dagger in his hand, slipped through Isaac's throat. She startled him and it slipped. Sounding rather crazy, but it was reality. She did not even pay him any attention. She flew off with Isaac. She got him back to the village. Unfortunately though, the doctors could not save him. They tried to convince her to stay, but she stopped listening. The love of her life had died, and it was her fault. And it was the missions, everything. She blamed everyone except for herself. Well, for a couple of moments. But she looked inwards, and she didn't want it anymore. The Raikage tried to convince her. She started to stray away. He tried to send his people, but she made it clear. And he had to understand that, knowing how terrified she could be. And now here she was. She's been living here for 5 years now. Since she was 17, cut off from civilization. There was only few villages that she attended to, which distribute the meat that she got, which made her some money that she used to take care of herself. Those villages that she went to, they didn't really have that much people visiting. They were the ones that head to other villages, so she was basically cut off from most of the world. As far as things stand right now, she believed the Raikage words that she was the only one that was special. But maybe that meant that she was also cursed. She fell hard for Isaac, and she loved him with everything she had, knowing that it was her fault that she lost him. It was these powers. It was what she was. Thus, she stayed away from everything and everyone, afraid that she will lose someone ever again because she was special and people will see her power as a threat. She knew the Raikage saw her power as a threat, but he was smart enough not to antagonize her. So here she was, lonely, empty, having nothing and no one. Well, she wasn't the only one. At Konoha, a lot has changed over the past couple of years. Our first stop is the Hokage's office, where Tsunade Senju sat behind the decks. She was the fifth Hokage of the village. A tragic event took place, and Hiruzen did not retake the title. She's been there for some time now. She was brought back, saved, and now she was the Hokage. So much has happened, as she was currently congratulating a team on a mission well done. The team consists of Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, a young man named Sai, and their sensei Kakashi Hatake. It's been 1 year, but nothing was normal. Nothing was going back to normal anytime soon, and you could see it on their faces. The team break apart as Sasuke went home, greeted by his mother, still gravely hurt and devastated. It's been 1 year and a couple of weeks. Pain doesn't vanish away just like that. The Uchiha clan had been in great standing ever since. Minato made sure that they had a sway in the village. After all, he was the one that faced the masked man. It wasn't any Uchiha within the village, but someone outside pulling their strings. Someone that wanted them to war. Minato was able to keep everything in line, keep everyone in check. Because of his sacrifice, everyone is here now, and standing tall. When Sasuke got home though, as he greeted his mother, he went straight to his room. Returning back from another mission, this was the third. Team 7 had just started mission once again. However, they weren't exactly Team 7. They were part of Team 7 with a new member. The new member was Sai, because their original member died. Mito Namikaze. Nuta eyes open up. Away from Konoha. Nuta hasn't slept much. Maybe an hour or so. Due to his body being special. He didn't need to sleep that much, but he did need to sleep sometimes. But it was really becoming a problem, you could see. His eyes were bloodshot and red. However, whenever he closed his eyes, he was consumed by the darkness. It just would not leave him. It constantly plagued his dreams. The closest thing for him to reach for was the bottle as he drank. Things had been so painful ever since it happened. Over a year ago, the tavern was quiet, as people were just relaxing and drinking, as Naruto sat in the corner, mumbling to himself as he drank the bottle. He wasn't saying anything sensible, as those thoughts plague his mind once again. The Chunin exam should be a day of pride. The whole village watch. Children performing, showing their strength, showing what they were made of. Mito was smiling that morning, like she had the whole world in her hand, you know? But fate does not give a damn about smiles. The sky had darkened as Orochimaru struck his serpents, destroying walls, trampling shinobis. The ground split. Root agents and sound shinobis flooding the streets, along with sand shinobis as well. Danzo Shimura, with his plot joining Orochimaru to bring down Minato, saw this as the opportunity to strike. Not a single root ninja wore their masks or performed like a root ninja. They were enemies, clad with that sound headband, eliminating all that stood against Danzo. That was their goal. Yes, that was their purpose. After all, with Minato being the Hokage, Danzo never saw a chance for him to ever becoming the leader one day. However, Naruto, who was a part of the family without a doubt, he loved his family, still remembering their smiles. He split the ground, crushing hundreds. You see, Orochimaru had dig up everyone that hated Minato. The village was overwhelmed. Naruto was overwhelmed, not by their strength but by the numbers. He started to let loose. However, he wasn't fast enough when he truly needed to be. The will of the dead against the will of the living. Minato had to make a difficult choice. The reanimated shinobis. Orochimaru did not just stop at 2. Minato Namikaze, who had trained over the years, had become too dangerous. Orochimaru summoned over 12 reanimated shinobis. The first and second was there as well. Minato had to make a difficult choice, leaving fate in the hands of his son and daughter, thinking as Naruto as his son. He had to leave fate in their hands. It was the only way to stop the reanimations. The Shinigami. Minato used clones that chipped away a piece of his soul. A broken technique for a broken seal. 11 of them plus himself making 12. His goal to kill Orochimaru as well, but his body was too weak. He stripped the reanimations one after another. He could feel it. As powerful as Naruto was, there was so much of them, the snakes. Even though Jiraiya and Tsunade was there was just so much of them. Thousands of shinobis. Minato gathered everyone that hated him. Shinobis hailed from the stone and from Kumo as well. They were in disguise though, not to draw their village into it. Naruto was handling majority of them, making sure that no one within the village died, keeping an eye on everyone, moving swiftly. Minato knew if the reanimations broke through, which is exactly what Orochimaru wanted to weaken him and take his eyes off the prize. So Minato had no choice but to strip away each and every one of them, freeing them from this world. With the help of Danzo, Orochimaru was able to better stabilize the reanimations, making them stronger, but Minato still held his own and stripped away each of them, creating one final clone to write the last message to his family. The clone delivered the message somewhere safe. Orochimaru escaped though without his hands, the only thing Minato was able to strip away, because he was too weak by then. His soul being chipped away. The third, who was busy fighting off the massive snakes and the army as well. Konoha was outnumbered 10-1. That was just how much people Orochimaru had gathered. It was a full-on assault on the village. A massacre. But Naruto held back over 70% of this, keeping his eye on the ball, protecting everyone that he loved, unaware that Minato had died. But things got worse. Kushina Uzumaki, his mother, stubborn and fiery. After Minato sealed the chakra back inside of her system had been a mess. She could no longer use chakra the way that she was able to. A special squad had targeted her from the inside. Yes, it was Danzo and his people. They killed her. As she was being transported along with others, Danzo men were in the crowd, because if they could not kill Minato, they would break his mind. But she wasn't the only one that the squad had targeted. They killed her within the crowd. They weren't able to kill everyone though. Good thing there was ninjas within the crowd that saw it. They escaped, and they slaughtered the root ninjas, and they saw their bodies going up in flames when the seal on their tongue explode, killing them so they will reveal nothing at all. And then came Mito, The one that would have had the nine tails if Naruto hadn't killed it. 12. Fiery. She was Naruto's younger sister. He loved her with everything. She looked up to him. But he couldn't save her. He couldn't save her. There were squads targeting her. She fought, she protect. But she could not fight off 12 grown ninjas going up into 15 attacking her from all sides. She wasn't the only child that fell that day. There were several by her sides, Genin and Chunins to help the people. However, the enemy was within the civilian squad. They struck her down. In one day, Naruto lost them all. Orochimaru had fled quickly after his arms were messed up. Hiruzen alive, battered and weakened. Snevy. Shock. When she placed her slugs over the mother and daughter. But there was no life. Naruto was shocked. When he saw them, he lost it. More than ever before, Naruto went berserk. He laid waste to everyone. His anger pushing his strength to heights that he never thought was even possible. Even his own comrades fear him. He skinned people alive, plucked them out of existence. Naruto had been devastated. The ninja that had survived, he spoke on the one that killed Kushina. The special squad that burned up. When they died, Hiruzen remembers something like that and he spoke about it. They had no proof, but Naruto did not care. He stormed into Danzo hideout after scouring the village. Naruto killed every single root operative that was there. It was a good thing Sai was not in the village. He killed them all. He questioned Danzo. The man denied it. However, Naruto beat him, keeping him on the brink of death. He ruthlessly beat him. Naruto dragged him into the street and beat him, ripping off his fingers, tearing his eye open. Naruto inflicts so much pain that Danzo just wanted to end and he spilled his guts. Naruto's action made him feared by everyone. As he crushed Danzo into nothingness, literally folding him in on himself, crushing his bones, crushing his organs. Because on that day, Naruto lost himself as well. The entire family gone in a snap. Naruto flew away. Jiraiya found him on many occasions, but Naruto could not be physically forced back to Konoha. He knew that one day the nine-tailed chakra will restore. It was taking a long time. First time the nine-tail was ever truly destroyed and the power was so great. It was taking a very long time. So that was his story. That is what kept him up at night. Naruto had tried to end it all, believing that he no longer deserved to live for failing to protect them. Believing that he was holding back the enemy enough that Mito and Kushina would be safe, but he was wrong. They were targeted. He tried every way to end it all, but over the years, Naruto has simply grown more powerful. More and more powerful. Indestructible. Unlimited strength, stamina. He was special. And there was no one else like him. Naruto left the bar that night. The memories. He hated them. He even tried to drown himself, but it wouldn't work. He didn't need oxygen to survive. That figures, after all, he did fly to the moon. However, what about the sun? He wondered. Flying to the sun. That would be it to end it all. So why hasn't he done it yet? He was a coward, stopping himself from flying to the sun despite not knowing if it would indeed kill him. So here he was, every single day, finding whatever it takes to dull the pain. Whether it be tobacco, all sorts of drugs. Most of them did not work on him though. But liquor did get him there. A high consumption of it. Naruto flew through the night sky, making his way, having no destination in his mind, just flying, as he crashed through a mountain top, lying there. He simply lay there, gazing up towards the stars. The memory haunted him. Over a year ago, and it was painful every single day. Naruto broke this bottle. The alcohol was the only thing that kept him going, that kept his memories intact, that kept him from thinking about the pain. It was the only thing. He had to get some more. Naruto searched, trying to find the nearest village, but he had no idea where he was. Eventually he found himself seeing a cavern. There was some kind of lantern because he saw the light. A grateful smile. Whoever it was, their liquor is his now. Naruto landed. He was heard by the person inside. She was also drinking as well. The liquor dulled the pain. It was Samui. She stepped outside as Naruto smiled. Stepping towards her, she tilted her head, wondering who the hell he was and how did he get here. Her location was far in the mountains, and he did not possess any equipment, and he did not look tired or exhausted. Something seemed wrong. "This is mine now," said Naruto as he grabbed it, only for her to punch him in the chest. She was in a really pissy mood, and some homeless asshole tried to take her liquor away. She launched him across the forest. He was dead. No one was going to survive that. Damn it, she cursed to herself. Now the animals will eat his flesh, and she might give the people meat with, well, human remains. She had to find him and dispose of his corpse properly. She used her strength. Well, she was intoxicated and angry. Memories of her past haunting her. She flew. Damn it, she cursed. Using her power, she said she wouldn't. Well, she just had to get this over quickly. After all, this wouldn't be the first time she break her rules when she's drunk. However, when she landed, she was shocked. Not only was he intact, he was on his feet, looking at her surprised. Her mind seemed to clear up as he questioned, confused. "How did you do that?" he said. "How are you alive?" she questioned him. "I asked you first. Tell me, how did you do that?" said Naruto, stepping towards her. "And I said, how were you alive?" He grabbed her hand. "Listen to me, she grabbed his hand and lifted him. She dropped him in the earth, ripping the entire place to sunders. "Don't touch me," she said, as she stomped in his chest. Maybe she was seeing things. The ground further exploded in a violent show of destruction. However, Naruto actually felt it. Surprise! She moved her feet. She felt his heart beat through her feet. She stepped back as Naruto pulled himself out of the ground. Naruto blitzed in front of her and punched her. She was sent through her own house. As Naruto wanted to see if he was seeing things or this was reality. However, he pissed her off. She flew at incredible speed and crashed into him. The both of them breaking through a mountain. It dropped on the both of them, but a moment later they exploded out of it, looking at each other with shock. They said it at the same time. You're like me. But guys, the end subs right here. If you want to see the next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification stay posted. But I'm off for now. See you guys soon. Peace.